Everton deserves every single point that they get in this game. They get 3 points from Manchester United. They win at Old Trafford in one of the most dramatic ways that I have seen in football. They get a red card for Idrissa Gana Gueye in the 13th minute. You still had over 77 minutes to play football, if I'm not mistaken. You get a red card in the 13th minute by Gueye slapping his own player. He did not slap a United player. He slapped his own player. His own player. And you know the crazy thing about that? They get a red card. And after getting a red card, you see a situation that Coleman had to leave the game within the first 10 minutes. So you all of a sudden saw that this Everton team was not well prepared. This Everton team was not coming into Old Trafford to win the game. All of a sudden, Manchester United decided it is time for us to give it to Everton to play football. Let's give it to them to play football. Let's give it to them for them to enjoy. And that's what happened. Because within that period of the red card and Manchester United giving them the ball, they found a way to have one of the best strikes I have seen from Drewsbury Hall in his entire career. A beautiful goal. Now you can say that Sané Lemens might have had an opportunity to save that, but that shot was very fast, it was hard, and he was using his non-dominant hand. Yes, he got a touch to the ball, but it went in. But I'm not even saying that you had 70 minutes, 70 plus minutes to get back into this game and win it. Bear in mind, they had one man down. They were playing 10 men. And the funny thing about it is that we could still be playing till tonight in midnight and we'll still not win. That is how devastating we played today. That is how annoying we were today. That is how it was so annoying to watch this game. We had opportunities upon opportunities. We had the entire second half. We had the ball. Over 70+% of possession. And we just did not get the goal. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not going to say, and I'm not going to be the guy to come out here and be like, nah, bro, no, I'm not being reactionary. This team is still in a good space. This team is still going into a good time. Now we have basically broken the 5-game unbeaten streak. Everton was the one that broke it. It is the saddest part. We miss an opportunity to go into the top 4, into the top 5 position. We missed the opportunity to go into the top 5 position, and this is where it pains me. Because now we sit 10th with Everton, literally on the same point with us, when we had the opportunity to be 5th with displacing Crystal Palace. We would have been 21 points, and we lose at home. It is baffling. And I'm not coming here to say anything scathing about the players. I am just saying that we need to understand and look at this team that when we do not have our first 11, all of a sudden, things stop going well. All of a sudden, we absolutely start losing points. All of a sudden, we are not sharp enough. All of a sudden, the quality drops so much down in the pecking order. And let me tell you something about this situation. Our lineup, looking at this game, for me, was a good one. The boys actually played not that bad. In fact, they played good. But the problem was we could not finish. We could not finish. The ball came to Xerxes so many times in the box. He used his head so many times in the box, and it was not just his day. And that is how we need to look at it. It wasn't his day. We should not be so adamant about hitting on these players, and no, it wasn't our day, and it is crystal clear. Yes, we do have a lot of work to do. We do have a lot of buying players in order for us to bring the level up a notch when it comes to the players that replace our first 11. Mateus Cunha could not start today because of the knock. Branu Buemo started today but had one of the most underwhelming games I've seen him play just because he did not get into the rhythm of the game. Joshua Zirkzee is coming into this game having not started one Premier League game this entire season. And guess who the man of the match was? Jordan Pickford. Because we had an opportunity from Bruno Fernandes' shot. Very, very laced shot going to the top corner, and Pickford saved it. We had what they call it? The header from Joshua Zirkzee, and Pickford saved it. We had so many opportunities, and Pickford saved it. Now, this is a sad state of affairs that Manchester United do not capitalize on an opportunity to get into 5th place. But the sad thing about the situation is that all this is going to do is going to open the floodgates for absolutely annoying personalities to come and start criticizing Ruben Amorim again. And I'm not going to be here for it. I am not going to be here for it, because the goal that Drewsbury Hall scored was just sheer brilliance. There was nothing anybody could do in that situation. That game, the way the game ended, it would have been 0-0 for both parties. Pickford was the best player in Everton, and honestly, Bruno, for me, and not even Bruno, Ahmad was our best player. Ahmad was the one that looked more urgent, and that is the key part about this situation. We do not have urgency. When we were down and when we were hitting them and kept the pressure up in the second half, there was no urgency in finding the back of the net. Now, I'm going to say this. Those things can be worked on. It can be worked on, and it's going to be worked on. So people do not start going back into the absolute nuisance that we started hitting Ruben Amorim for. Let's not give the traditional media the opportunity to start this again. We should not give them that opportunity. It is not viable. It doesn't do anything for these players. Joshua Zirkzee played well today. Yes, he had missed passes. He had missed opportunities. But this is a player that has not played from the starting 11 in an entire season so far. He has played 5 games, and the entire 5 games were from the bench. 5 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 15 minutes here. So he's still getting his bearings in the league this season. Bryan Mbeumo absolutely in this game did not give us the performance that we have been seeing. But that is because he is playing. He started the game with Mazraoui. Mazraoui that has not played and has not started a game this season. Very intelligent player who has not started a game this season. So what do you have in this situation? Disjointed teams. We had a disjointed team. Patrick Dogu could not beat Iliman Ndiaye even if he tried his best. Patrick Dogu could not beat O'Brien even if he tried his best. And the key part about this situation is that the moment David Moyes realized that Patrick Dogu was going to run Coleman over, he took him out in the 10th minute. In the 10th minute, and brought O'Brien. And all of a sudden, O'Brien sealed that place up. There was no opportunity on that end. So we have work to do on that end too. So the key part about this situation is not that Keane got slapped today or Manchester United got slapped today. Is that we need depth. You look at Arsenal playing against Spurs yesterday. The depth was what gave them 4-1 in a North London derby. For Manchester United, we lose our attacker, we lose our number 10, we lose our wing back, and all of a sudden things just start changing. The quality drops in a very, very bad standard, and that right there is where the problem lies. That is where the problem lies. And we need to solve it, and solve it starting from January. There are reports that João Gomes is about to come to Manchester United or is about to leave Wolves. Go and get João Gomes so we can have a replacement for Casemiro that would not drop in standard. That would still be able to give us the box-to-box tenacity that we need when it comes to him leaving the pitch. Because Kobbie Mainoo played well today even coming on. But guess what? If they had 11 players on the pitch, Everton, this game might have been 2-0. Because the moment Casemiro left the pitch, our midfield did not have any security. Now, the good thing about it is that we had majority of the ball, so Everton could not punish us. But we need to go into the transfer window. We need to go reach out to Crystal Palace. Daniel Munoz, please, we need your services. We need to go into the transfer window and find depth that Ruben Amorim trusts. That's the key part. Depth that Ruben Amorim trusts. And when we do that, then we can start fighting for places. Now, we are not away from the top 4. We are 10th place, don't get me wrong. It is not where I expected us to be today. But one thing is clear. We face Crystal Palace next week. Next week, Monday, if I'm not mistaken. That is a must win at this point. Because if we do not win against Crystal Palace, which is the hardest part of this five game stretch, we will be drifting lower to the bottom than we are driving upwards. And that's a problem. That right there is a problem, and we need to solve it. Ruben Amorim, it's on to you right now. It is definitely on to you because you're going to be facing Crystal Palace. This game, to me, is not a game that we should be very mad about. Yes, we lost, and that is annoying. But we played well. We just did not have the quality. It's the quality that lacked today, and we need to solve that. We need to solve it very well and solve it soon. Now, the key thing about this situation that I'm so mad about is that I've been noticing something about some personalities and how they cover Manchester United. Look at this is the first thing that, and I don't want to call names because it's most annoying to me. These are people that I look to for news and unbiased news, but might I add. But this is the first thing. This is the Manchester United correspondent, and this is what he reports. He says, a team with resources to spend more than £200 million in the summer and have 3 midweeks only to consistently blow chances to get into the top 5 is going to struggle to go anywhere. That is what he's saying. That right there is what he's saying. Let me tell you something. I can assure you that right there has been kept for when we lose a game. They have been waiting. They have been waiting for it to happen. They have been waiting for it to happen. And now that it has happened, they cannot wait to hit send. They cannot wait to hit send to the article. They cannot wait. Where is this vitriol when it comes to Liverpool? Where is this vitriol when it comes to Manchester City? Or the vitriol when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur? Nobody says nothing. Nobody says anything when it comes to that. But Manchester United slip up. We slip up one bit and all of a sudden the knives comes out. This is unfair. This is not fair journalism. And I'm not going to pronounce his name. And I'm not going to call his name. But he knows who he is. He knows who he is. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button, and hit that subscribe button so you can tell YouTube that you love what we are doing here on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.